When you clearly don't work somewhere, but people seem to think you do. Welcome to this episode of I Don't Work Here, Lady. Our first one is from Shell Switch. I'm a tech that works on electrical equipment. I was wearing a gray uniform with a hard hat. My company's logo is in green in the front of my hard hat and shirt. I'm working at a certain site and went on lunch break. Bought some small tools from a nearby Home Depot and a burrito from a taco truck in the same area. I went to sit down on a bench near the parking lot to eat my burrito. Some customer from Home Depot came out and walked over to me.
Hey, there's none of the big carts near the store. You should move some.
I recognized immediately what was happening and usually will only say those glorious words once. Oh no, miss, I don't work here. She just stands in front of me. I take another bite of my burrito. She points at the carts. That wasn't my cart. I was only buying small tools.
I know you're on your lunch break, but someone needs to move those.
You too can make a difference.
What? What are you talking about? Can you just move those?
No. She stands there for like a solid minute. I'm going at it with my burrito. She walks away. I thought that was the end of it. I'm grabbing my backpack and about to walk away. A lady comes out with some poor soul roped into her antics.
Got you now, you lazy jackass. This guy is refusing to do his job. Can't believe people like you wanted $15 an hour.
Whatever employee came out with her, he's not our employee, ma'am.
Why didn't you say something?
I was gonna say I did, but I was already on a schedule and walking away. Not my first rodeo. Amazing how somebody seeking out a desperate victory turns out to be completely wrong and doesn't get that victory they were seeking. I really wonder how stupid she felt afterward. This next one is by Big Rigs Butters. I'm a field service technician who has multiple contracts with Lowe's and Dollar General. Every single time I'm asked if I work there, it's always at the most annoying or most obvious moment that I don't work there. This is just one example why I loathe these people. I'm in Lowe's in lawn and gardens, standing in front of a completely torn down register. Parts are everywhere. Laptop is pulled out and I'm looking over documents. I'm wearing a Rick and Morty t-shirt and have earbuds in my ears. Lowe's employees, for those unaware, wear red or camo green vests and are not allowed to have earbuds in. A lady stands in front of me and I ignore her. She proceeds to, ahem. I ignore her. I'm mid-conversation with another tech saying that it's really frustrating being asked if I work here and getting interrupted. She then taps me and tells me she's ready to be rang up. I ignore her and continue my conversation. The whole time, the actual employee is trying to get her attention. She gets frustrated and I just point behind her. She sees the employee, rolls her eyes and walks away. I know someone's gonna say, well, you could have just told her you don't work here. But the thing is, that doesn't always work. I've had people ask for a manager because I refuse to help them. I've learned silence is golden. Ignore them and they'll eventually figure it out. I genuinely wish more people had situational awareness. How these people survive is a damn mystery to me. I'm thinking the way they survive is because when they feel like life deals them an injustice, they cop an attitude, shriek, and demand a manager to have some sort of right for their perceived wrong. I don't know. Honestly, if I was in your position, I would have done the same thing. This next one is from 410 username gone. A short bit of a charming story with no antagonists. I hope that's okay. I'm standing in the box dinner seasoning aisle debating between 3 cheese hamburger helper and cheesy Italian shells. Next to me is an old man facing the other direction, staring intently at the spices. Suddenly, the man speaks up. Do you know where the minced garlic is? My concentration broken, I turn to blink dumbly at him. He's wearing the blue and lime green employee shirt. I'm wearing an N7 hoodie. The man elaborates. Someone was looking for it earlier and my coworker said it's on aisle 1, but I don't see it there. Honestly, I thought they were on aisle 1 too. Hang on. I grab the Italian shells and throw them in my cart, and off we go to aisle 1. Spoiler alert, the minced garlic is not on aisle 1. Nobody knows where the minced garlic is. Some say the old man is still wandering the aisles, searching. To be fair, and having worked in retail, working at Walmart in the past, when they change the store around, it's a pain in the ass because they move everything around thinking that, oh, I don't know, they're making customers' lives easier, when in reality, they just make the employees' lives more miserable. This next one is by Ski Cock's Bath Bonnet. Please bear with me while I explain the crap part of this. One of my first jobs, in the 90s, was as the switchboard operator for one department at an investment firm. It was a weirdly complicated place that, for some reason, had like 5 different phone numbers that all went straight to me. And every broker and desk had a direct line that would bounce to me if they didn't answer. There was no individual voicemail except for execs. Naturally, the wrong number potential was devastating. I caught poop from brokers and clients from every direction for being the switchboard. One of our many useless contact numbers was previously assigned to AARP, American Association of Retired Persons, and daily I had an expectation of one or more of, I was retarded, I was mean, I hated the elderly. Did I not know how old the caller was? How dare I be located in another state? And so many more. After a while, I started telling them to take it up with their phone company or AARP corporate. In case you wonder why I didn't just hang up, let me assure you, they'd call back many times. And also some less mature things like, you can't complain about me if you can't reach the right company. And weren't you notified? AARP revokes membership for people who are verbally abusive. Sassing the abusive greatest generation was the only thing that kept my Gen X self going some days. Now the positive part. It turned out another of our toll-free numbers had been assigned to the Huntington's Disease Foundation. In case anyone's unfamiliar, Huntington's disease is a devastatingly debilitating, always fatal genetic syndrome. The foundation linked those with the disease and their families to specific resources, including support groups. Those wrong number callers were so nice and were never surprised I wasn't in the same state as them. Thank God. I genuinely felt terrible that they didn't have updated contact support for the family, so I looked up the foundation's general number, called it, and asked what number I could give out. The head of the foundation sent a letter to my company's CEO, who had no idea who I was, thanking me for being an amazing human being whom they were lucky to have working for them. It was hilarious to see the confusion on the CEO's face when he tracked me down to show me the letter. He asked why I even took the time to do it, and I had to legit explain kindness to basically Ebenezer Scrooge. I didn't even know he was the CEO until he introduced himself, and I never saw him again afterward. Honestly, being able to help with that made me hate my job a little less for a couple of months before I bailed. Not really an outrageous story, but there you go. I mean, the fact that you're getting calls because a lot of companies are assigned to your guys' toll-free numbers and you're having to deal with them, that's not your job, that's not what you signed up for. But I do commend you for going above and beyond to try to at least get a proper number to redirect people to. And our final one is from Tallywhacker. First off, I'm white and I feel super bad about this because I probably looked racist for assuming this, but I swear it wasn't my intention. A very nice Asian market store in town does not have a uniform. One of the men who work there very often wears an apron, but that's it. I see a lady looking through the cute little bananas and I assumed she's stalking them. In my defense, I mean, she was really touching them for a while, like 5 minutes. I ask her very politely, "Excuse me, do you know where the chewy rice cakes are?" And she says, "Oh, I don't work here." And immediately, I'm ashamed and apologizing as fast as my mouth will speak. But she ended up being very nice and said she completely understands. She ended up helping me find the rice cakes anyways because she went to the store so often, she knew where it was. Edit. I think a lot of people think I posted this because I feel horribly guilty about what happened. I don't, because it was genuinely not with racist intention. I just thought it was wholesome of her to show me where the rice cakes were. Don't get me wrong, I do feel bad that it came off racist and I was embarrassed, but please don't worry about me in the comments. I posted this because it was a cute, wholesome story. You know, to put it bluntly, I don't mind wholesome stories every once in a while because it shows that there is some humanity left in humanity and that it's not full of a bunch of whiny bitches that want to cry, complain, Karen out, ask for managers, and try to get people fired. Alright, that's enough stories for the day. Well, that wraps up this episode of I Don't Work Here Lady. If you liked the video, please drop a like, share my content on all of your social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload, and drop a comment down below. It really helps with the algorithm and helps new people find my channel. Thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons, have a great day and stay safe out there.